physically 2 thumbs up. In my head, I was thinking, oh, this guy must have abs.
Sam's date with Darshan started off really well. You could see that she was attracted to him physically. However, as the date progressed, it got increasingly challenging. Even though the age gap between both of them were just 5 years, but you could really see the differing level of maturity.
Right now, I'm too inexperienced. I don't know nothing.
When they started the activity, you could see that there were virtually no connection between the both of them. One was just going really quickly and the other one was trying to play catch up. If you imagine she had gone on this date with Alvin, I believe they probably would be bantering with each other. They might even be cutting in and out and trying to have a conversation with each other. So you could see that it was very different.
There was not even a time to try to have fun or anything. There was nothing like that. I was feeling like I was just doing the activity with myself.
When they went for lunch, things turned for the worse. Sam started to get very upset because she felt that Darshan wasn't listening to her.
He makes a face that he feels like shows that he listens, but he's really not listening. That's the most annoying about him.
My advice for Darshan is remember that on the first date, the focus should be on the date and not be on the food. I understand that the food might be very tasty, but take your time and also to take some food for her because it was clear that Sam was not really eating throughout the entire date, but he didn't seem to be sensitive to that fact. He just continued eating on his own. And the other thing is to practice what we call active listening. When someone says something other than just nodding, to also paraphrase back what the person has said. When you do that, people would understand that, oh, they are listening and they know what I've just talked about just now. Darshan couldn't have done active listening because his mouth was always full. So maybe he should just, put down his utensils, and just sit back and really engage and talk to Sam.
He isn't listening to me at all, where he was showing me how uninterested he is towards me.
Samantha was clearly not having a good time in this date. You could tell it from her body language, from her expressions, from the way she was sitting. And at some point, I thought she was not really on a date, but in a job interview.
What do you plan to do after this?
I don't know, I'm still 22. I'm trying as much as I can.
Oh, okay.
And see what
So
sticks.
nothing in mind?
In fact, she was interrogating him at certain points. It could have come across as quite antagonizing. However, to Darshan's credit, I would say he took it quite well and he just took it in his stride.
So that's why I'm asking if you're good. Or you could finish your wine though, if you want to.
Slowly? My goodness. Oh my god.
Does a guy feel or act differently than he usually is when he's not interested in his date? How do you get out of it or let him know without being awkward?
When you're on a date and you observe that the guy might be losing interest, maybe he's starting to look around and he's showing close body language, what you could do is potentially to just call out this behavior, to just say, hey, how are things? Is everything okay? Because sometimes when people are uncomfortable and you just let them know that you're aware, you're being sensitive to this can actually help to turn things around. Alternatively, what you can do is to show different sides of yourself, because sometimes when we are very consistent doing certain things, that is not a side that the person is interested in, but we are all multifaceted, so it's really good to just share about different topics and change it up. And if all your efforts fail, just end the date and move on.